Everyone, it was an exciting day in markets today and a very exciting week in front of us. The data flow this week is not as eventful until we actually reach Thursday. Of course, we are going to get some great data tomorrow, including the core durable goods data, consumer confidence, a 7-year treasury auction, GDP data on Wednesday, but it is this Thursday where the data truly matters. It's the inflation data coming out of the Fed. So ahead of that, how is this market positioned? Now, there's a lot going on the screen in front of you right now, but it all works off of the concept of mean reversion. We've got at the center of this cone the volume weighted average price for the SPY. Now, that VWAP is sitting surrounded by standard deviation lines. Now, you've got about a half standard deviation right there, and you've got one standard deviation right above it in that pink line that I'm pointing to, which is where the SPY ended up coming down to today and into the end of the day, and of course, settling in at. You've also got these horizontal levels going across the screen. These are weekly pivot lines. Now, effectively, what we're evidencing on screen is the S&P 500 coming down today after getting a little frothy last week, as you can tell up there, getting very close to that 2 standard deviation line above VWAP, which is where mean reversion typically kicks in, and pulling back to that 1 standard deviation line. Now, the important part to note is we've seen this movie before. We've seen it this month indeed, and we saw what happened. We got back down to the VWAP line itself. Now, there's a lot going on for someone over here to take in on first blush. Can we simplify this? Can we get simplified signals on a swing basis intraday, intra-week, and of course on broader timeframes if warranted as well? Now, the answer to that question is, of course we can. Here is the S&P 500 using the synthetic FSPXM. And when you take a look at it through the lens of the simplified swing signal toolkit, which is what you're seeing on screen, the weekly chart, one green triangle. Now that's, of course, in the distant past, and the subchart having an incredible crossover and continued upside for that key triple S line. Now that's all in the past. We've obviously had a very, very big run in the market. What we've seen of late as the market continued to make these rises, breaking the time frame down into a daily chart, are starts and stutters, and effectively higher highs that continue to present. However, in the subchart, you can see we're not making those higher highs. Now, that came to a hilt in today's market, where very clearly you can see a down triangle on a 4-hour bar. We've got a negative cross going on over there. Now, this started early on in the session from a frothy point in the market, of course, driven by, we know, NVIDIA last week. Now, let's take all of what we have learned so far, a market that has stuttered on timeframes under the weekly, but is still in an uptrend, and has today started to give us a sign that it wants to defroth ahead of very important data this coming Thursday. Now, what I had the opportunity to do was help members in the active trader room look through my lenses and identify higher probability intraday trades, knowing that we're in a market that was showing us some signs of defrothing. You're looking at the same toolkit on screen right now, but you're looking at it on a 5-minute time frame. The 5-minute time frame unearthed opportunities intraday for us. You can see that we had a set of signals right here. Now, down signals using the triple S indicator are much more advantageous when we're seeing the triple S line, which is the red line, in the uppermost quadrant coming down. And that gave me the opportunity to do a little bit of day trading on the short side in front of members earlier today. It is a day tradable market. Is it going to turn back into a uptrending market, or is momentum going to shift? And are we going to see some of the signs and signals that we've seen in today's market turn into not a sideways range, but a turn in direction? I'm going to be teaching you a lot more about this very toolkit and strategies that I use in my own personal trading this Wednesday, February the 28th, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Simply go to becomeabettertrader.com/yes and get your seat now to learn how to accelerate your swing and day trading with yours truly. My strategies, my tools coming directly to you, and I hope to make it a very eventful morning on Wednesday. an eye-opening morning where simplicity is power. Have an incredible rest of your day. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the flip side. Bye for now.